días. El vehículo se va a quedar detenido. Después del día de mañana tú puedes pasar al depósito a liberar el vehículo.
Let's leave everything and go traveling. See what tomorrow brings. It's only a choice away. Let's back up and leave today. Let's see what tomorrow brings.
Alright, we are leaving our camp spot and we were faced with the decision this morning of whether or not to head into Mexico City or camp a few more nights, and there's driving restrictions in Mexico City, so that kind of made our decision because we can't drive tomorrow or Saturday as a tourist and our car is too old.
And our plate number.
Yeah, well, the plate number, yeah, is what allows us not to drive on Friday, but then on Saturday we can't drive no matter what.
Well, yeah, at all. From 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then no days can we travel from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m.
11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then Friday, not at all, from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, as long as it's not 5 to 11 a.m. There you go.
It was very complicated to figure out. So anyways, we decided that since we can't drive tomorrow, if we camped one more night, we'd have to camp basically 3 more nights. And we thought Mexico City would probably be fun to be in over the weekend. So that's what we've decided. So we're heading to an Airbnb, hopefully. I think they might have literally just accepted our stay.
Right.
So that's our plan. We'll see how it goes.
This could be, if they have, I think they have a washer and dryer at the complex. It's got a nice condo complex.
We're pretty ready to do some laundry.
But we have not done laundry once in an actual washing machine since we left home, and we're on day, hold on, 59.
We smell okay too.
So we're gonna do laundry on day 60. It's pretty crazy, but I feel sorry for all the sinks and all the hotel rooms that we did grab, because that was how we've done laundry. But.
So we'll see how this goes. Getting through a city in anywhere so far besides Baja is pretty chill, but it's very stressful.
It's not that bad.
It is.
No, sí me entiende. Sí me entiendes que tienes que pasar a depositar el vehículo.
Alright. Sucks. We're both pissed. Mexico City's frustrating to drive in, and you know, we've been trying to make all the right turns to get to this Airbnb, but we haven't made them just because Google's wrong and everything else seems wrong. But we got pulled over by the transit police. He had a bunch of cars lined up, and then he just put his hand up. Honestly, I should have just kept going, because he didn't even like say pull over. He just did one of these, and I went, hey, he even looked at us, let's pull over. And of course he wanted to just extort money from us. First he thought my license was expired because he was looking at the issue date, which is not, so I pointed that out to him. Then he decided the windows were too tinted, and he wanted 8,000 pesos, which is like $420 or something, which is insane. There's no way that's the actual fee. And he says if we go to the office to pay, they'll impound the truck for 2 days, which finally we realized, we just started thinking about that. He kept going back and forth, or you can pay here. As soon as he said, or you can pay here, it was like, okay, well, now it's a scam. Should we take the risk of maybe they do import the vehicle for 48 hours, which seems crazy, but maybe they do. Let's push their bluff and say, okay, we'll go back. And so we started saying that, and they were still pushing for no, you have to pay here. You can go to an ATM to get more money and all that. But, sorry, driving here.
It's crazy driving here.
Yeah, it's very crazy. I mean, it's such a huge city, but, you know, having so many bad cops that are corrupt and full of it don't help. So that's just such a huge amount of money. There's no way we're ever going to give them $400. If we went to the police station and actually at the station with paperwork and a receipt, they wanted $420 for tinted windows, fine. I guess you'd have to pay. So we did the weirdest thing ever. The only person we could think of right now that we have the number of is the Airbnb host. And so we texted him, and then I realized it's not fast enough, and I said, hold on, my friend speaks Spanish. And I just called him and said, look, I'm so sorry, I know this has nothing to do with part of staying at your Airbnb, but we're getting pulled over by the transit police. They want $400 for tinted windows. And he's like, no. And so I said, I'm so sorry, but would you talk to him? I handed him the phone, the police. He walked off and chatted for a while. And then he comes back up and he says, how much money do you have in your wallet? And it was like 500 pesos, 600 pesos, which is still, shouldn't have given it to him, but he says, give it to me. And then he said, all right, see you later. He handed our phone back.
Yeah.
But he had our license, which we have a bunch of licenses, so we weren't worried about that. But he also had this temporary import permit, which we really need to get our $150 back at the end. But, so we got all that paperwork back from them.
We spent a good probably 20 minutes on the side of the road just discussing everything with them.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know, it's just frustrating because you're trying to be here and enjoy yourself and spend money in the country and treat everybody well.
This has been one of the longest days of driving.
I know, but what's funny is in
stressful.
actual time, it's very
not.
minimal. But yeah,
Navigating the city and then dealing with the cops, and then they took all of our money, so then we didn't have money for the toll, and somehow they let us through eventually.
Right here? It was a gnarly day.
And then trying to find the entrance to this place has been a nightmare. But I think we're finally here, and we don't have to drive for 3 days or something.
Yeah.
We finally made it to our Airbnb, which was amazing. And then realized we wanted some dinner and my laptop charger had stopped working. We decided the nearby mall would have everything we needed, so we braved the traffic one more time. But it turns out Goose was too tall for the parking garage and there was nowhere else to park. This is when the people of Mexico City redeemed themselves. The parking attendant said maybe we could park in the valet area. He then proceeded to run over, explain to the valet guys what the situation was, and they all went above and beyond to find a space where Goose would fit. So thanks to them, we went into the biggest, fanciest mall I have ever seen. There was an actual ice rink inside. What a day. It just seemed to throw one thing after another at us. But in the end, we still made the best of it. We got back to our room that night and hoped tomorrow would be better.
We made it. We're exhausted and overwhelmed. And today was a very long day.
Yeah, it was.
But we're here and we're in a great place.
Really cool host. I mean, the Airbnb host got us out of a bad situation with cops. I mean, it wasn't that bad because they were all full of it, but you know, we'd already killed a half an hour. They weren't budging, and then he talks to them for 2 minutes, and they say, okay, see you later. So that's awesome. So we're here at a really cool place. Mexico City's getting drenched behind us. I hate cities, but there's good people everywhere. Wow.
We get to rest. Hopefully today or tomorrow will be better than today.
Yeah, we decided to kind of post up for a few days. We're both haggard. I look like it. We just haven't been sleeping that much at night. We just, you know, we're always worried about where to go next and like what, how are we going to find camping and all that. And then when we paid for camping for that first time, it was just busy and loud the whole night. So we decided to stay here for a few nights.
So I'm going to take a shower now and enjoy this awesome view. are at the Museum of Anthropology, is that what it's called?
Indeed we are.
So I'll show you this cool thing over here.
Everything down here in sort of downtown Mexico City is giant.
Keep moving out of the picture.
I do. What was the center called over there, where the Kids Awards are happening or something?
Oh, the National Auditorium, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, it's like any giant city. Everything is really big and impressive downtown. But I'm excited to see all this. We haven't seen tons of pyramids and sort of the older historical stuff because we haven't gotten that far south of Mexico. But we want to see a bunch here and then learn a bunch so we know where to go from here.
Yeah, should be cool. And we lucked out, it's free today. Interesting to kind of see one culture, and it almost reminds me of the Oriental culture as well, as far as the art, and you can kind of see the ties there, which is really interesting.
Walking in Mexico City.
It's not a song.
What?
It's not a song.
It's not a song?
We got gloves.
We got gloves. Surgery.
It was good.
Awesome.
We explored the city on foot all day and finally decided to rest our weary feet at a little bar. As we sat and chatted, it started pouring rain. That made people watching all the more fun, and we settled in for another round of beers. Eventually, we called ourselves an Uber and enjoyed our stormy ride home. We both decided Mexico City was cool, but big cities are just not our thing. That night, unfortunately, Tim got sick. So other than me running to the pharmacy, this was the extent of our exploring Mexico City, which was okay with me.
All right. Yes, I have weird facial hair. We're leaving our Airbnb. Spent 2 days essentially completely sick. Didn't leave that bed right there. But man, this place was wonderful, and it was nice to have a fancy place to be sick in and just sleep and relax until I felt better. So we are gonna head for Toluca Volcano, which is crazy high elevation. So we'll see. We might try and find a camp a little lower if I'm still not feeling that good. But the top of the mountain's at 15,000 something. So pretty serious mountain, about 90 kilometers from here. But we're looking forward to getting out of the big city and back into a little bit more nature. So we'll update you then. I look like a hobo.
We are hobos.
Hey man, got any speed? Walking in Mexico City. Walking in Mexico City.